ladies and gentlemen, JulyZerg here bringing you the second set of this best-of-3 revenge match between JulyZerg and Iloveoov. That last game got started very, very quickly. We'll see how long we have here before the second game starts. And we're going to have no time at all. It's getting started right away here on Nostalgia, which is a 4-player map that I don't know very well. Yeah, that's right. I don't know Nostalgia very well. I believe Not a Beat Savior on this to take a title, maybe, or I think. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know it that well. It is kind of an older map. And we didn't get a chance to really establish why this is a revenge map in the revenge match in the last commentary. Overall, until that last game, it was their total series was 16 wins for Iloveoov and 12 wins for JulyZerg. JulyZerg really did very well at the beginning of their encounters. He was the one who actually broke Oov's 27-game winning streak in the Gillette OSL, and it was actually in a best-of-5 series, and July won 3-2, so yeah, it was actually pretty cool. JulyZerg had lost to Oov several times. Well, I guess early on, JulyZerg had lost to Oov, and then JulyZerg came back in the Gillette OSL and won a best-of-5, which I believe was the first first big series that they had met. I might be wrong on that one, but I believe that's the first time they met in a best-of series. And yeah, JulyZerg looked very, very well, took the Gillette OSL, and took down Oov on his road there. So very, very cool. And July also won a couple more series following that. But then after that, starting a little bit later, after about a year or so, Oov just started breaking him down over and over again, and the God of War just kept losing over and over again in best-of-3, best-of-5 Star Leagues. Several times. I think it happened like 3 or 4 times that Oov took down JulyZerg. So, yeah, those more recent matchups are really why Oov has that 16-12 edge, and JulyZerg's trying to at least get closer to evening it up. If he can win this game, he'll get it close. He'll get it to 16-14, which would actually make it very, very close. You know, just a single game here or a single game there would change it, and that's about it. So, very, very close. Hopefully they'll play again at some point. I don't think so. Oov is essentially retired, and actually both these players are essentially retired at this point, even though they're technically still on teams and things like that. They just don't play very much. Looks like Oov's going to go for a wall here, and JulyZerg's going to try to annoy him with his drone, but yeah, Oov's not going to be too annoyed by this, just bringing off another SCV to finish that bunker. And actually, July using his drone micro very, very well, actually might be able to pick off this SCV and actually forcing the racks to lift to get that SCV back home. So, cool micro there by JulyZerg. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, JulyZerg has the best drone micro I've ever seen. It's just really, really cool how he does it. It's just so impressive. I don't know why more players don't have awesome drone micro. It seems like one of those, I don't know, I don't want to say basic, but it seems like a skill that you would have it would be very easy to practice to, you know, just start a game and play with your drones. You know, it seems like it would be very easy to practice, but for whatever reason, JulyZerg just seems to be a cut above the rest no matter what happens. I don't know if he just has a natural affinity for them or what, but very, very good by him. Looks like he went for a 12 hatch. Wasn't particularly paying attention there, but I think he was going for a 12 hatch, and got his pool up as well and the layer going, so that might have actually been an overpool expansion. Can't tell for sure. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me, oh my god, Deja-Vu, why aren't you paying more attention? Stop telling me what was happening in the past. But yeah, that's what happens sometimes. He is going for an expansion build. That's what's important, getting that early layer up and running as well as that gas. So that means that he's probably going for 2-hatch Muta would be the smart guess at this point, would be 2-hatch Muta. Could also be that ridiculously crappy 2-hatch Lurker build that I epically hate, and if that is going to be the case, we'll see a Hydra's Den come down any moment now, and try to time with the layer so we can start Lurker aspect very, very quickly. But it doesn't look like it. Now, I have no idea what they're pointing at underneath there. I guess that there's like back ramps on Nostalgia. Oh, yeah, there are back ramps on Nostalgia. So there's a ramp to the back that goes to the 6 o'clock position, and the same way at the 12 o'clock position where Oov is, there's another base there with the back ramp. So I think that's what they're pointing out, that you can probably pointing out how many units it takes to cover each of those areas. I don't actually know. Maybe that sunken colony maybe doesn't reach back there. That could also be what they're trying to point out. Don't really have a lot of experience on this map, to be honest, as a commentator or as any sort of spectator or player. So not really sure. It does look like he's going to take his third base there at the 3 o'clock base. That's actually going to give him his second gas, because right now he's only working off of 1 gas. And when you're working off of 1 gas, you can't really even bother to 3-hatch Muta. You really have to 2-hatch Muta. It looks like a mech build coming out here from Oov, and he's going to spot this hatchet. A good thing that there's a sunken colony there for JulyZerg already, able to plan for that. and that is going to help him immensely. As long as he's got a couple Zerglings there, so as long as he can block and hold off that Vulture from getting up his ramp, he'll be fine. And Starport going down as well with the control tower. We got Wraiths already up in the air. I'm probably going to see some cloaking come out soon. So Oov kind of starting out here very, very nicely. We got the Spire coming up, but if Oov can pick off another Overlord before that Spire completes, that would be absolutely awesome for him. And it looks like JulyZerg is going to try and take the bait to 6 o'clock position as well, which would give him a third guess. He might actually abandon the 3 o'clock position, can't tell you. And that Overlord, if it goes down before the Spire finishes, we could see Mutalisk being severely delayed. And that Overlord is down now. Is the Spire done? Is the Spire done? Go check it. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's done. It looks like the Mutalisk have already started. There's some Scourge already out in the air. Gonna pick off this Wraith. Oh, no, maybe not. Ooh, with some nice little dancing there with his Wraith, able to dodge the Scourge for now, and just going to continue scouting around, and he's going to see this 4th base as well, so he's going to know that's another place where he can send some of his Vultures, especially once they have speed. They might already have speed, yeah, and he can send his Vultures around trying to find drones to pick off, and there's a dropship, so you could be seeing a Vulture drop going into the actual base of JulyZerg, which would be really, really awful. Looks like Iloveoov is trying to take the base to the bottom left, trying to hide his expansion, which is pretty awesome. And now coming off with some Vultures, and it looks like JulyZerg spotted this well ahead of time, pulling off drones, able there to form a block, and Iloveoov was forced to retreat. Not very much anti-air out right now for Oov. Needs to be careful with this dropship, doesn't want it seen. If it even gets seen, that's going to be awful for him. That is almost assuredly going to get picked off, and it looks like, not picking up, yeah, I think it was seen, I think it was located, so the Mutalisk will be heading up there immediately, and oh man, this is going to be really bad for Oov if it gets scouted out. It's going to be so close. Yeah, he is going to see it. Oh man, that's going to be bad. That dropship is going to be sacrificed, going to get slaughtered here. Those Vultures are going to be left without any sort of aerial support. And Oov, he went for a lot of Vultures in this kind of build. You need to get those cloaked Wraiths up. You need to get some anti-air up. It looks like he went for the expansion instead. At that bottom left, he really needs that to stay hidden. And I just don't think he has enough Marines to deal with this. Mutalisk coming in here, picking off all the Marines, and there are a couple turrets there, but he's losing control over his base. Definitely has lost control over his barracks as soon as this missile turret goes down. Only one missile turret protecting all of his production buildings, and the northern end of his mineral line not protected either. So JulyZerg just absolutely owning Oov right now. This isn't even close. This is just stomping right now, and Oov just laughing. He's like, yeah, I got nothing. I am